Install and configure FHIR servers in minutes. Select a database and enter a server name. Protect patient data with encryption. View and download FHIR data. Securely decrypt downloads with the accompanying application. Eliminate the damaging risks of HIPAA, CCPA and GDPR violations. To set up and configure FHIR and the database, the user selects FHIR configuration and then clicks on the new configuration icon. Here the user enters the server, domain, port, FHIR URL, their choice of database, database domain, port, a connection or FHIR server name, and the user ID, and password. This simple and you're ready to use FHIR. Click on the status and click Start to start the FHIR database and make the processes available. We entered the MySQL interface and can see the FHIR database schema has been created and ready to be used with FHIR. Here we are viewing raw HL7 messages. As we see, this data is not encrypted and is in a text format. The user now goes into the menu and selects the HL7 to FHIR process, enters in the FHIR database the user wants to write the HL7 data to. Next the user selects the source of the HL7 data to be written to the FHIR database. As we will see soon, the data will be written encrypted. Now that the job has completed, we are viewing the results in the FHIR MySQL database and we can see it was imported securely, encrypted. We now enter a patient's first name and as the patient clicks search and are stopped for the application needs more unique patient information. Now the patient enters more information and sees their unique data. Now we execute the same search as a hospital or company agent. Since they will have different authority than a patient, they will see all records close and then able to ask the person on the call for additional information to narrow down to the unique data. We now run the patient again and have their unique data. The patient now clicks on download to receive a secured zip file of their data. They are prompted to first enter a zip package password and a password that will make their downloaded data viewable to just them and secure in transit, if breached. Now the patient goes into their download directory and copy the file to another location. The patient then clicks to open the zip file and is asked for the password they entered prior to downloading the file. Now their encrypted data file and supporting files are available to them. As we can see, the patient data was downloaded in a secure, encrypted form. Now the patient clicks on the decrypt data file application and is asked for the second password they typed in prior to the download. If the password is entered incorrectly, it will reply with a message. Once 3 failed attempts occur, the decrypt program will be disabled, and the patient will have to redo the download process for security purposes. This protects against breaches throughout the process. Now that the patient entered a valid password, a new file is created with the patient data, and as we can see, the data is now decrypted and viewable to the patient. Save months building graphical interfaces to configure FHIR, import, access, analyze and export patients' data. Patients can grant consent, review and securely download their healthcare data from encrypted FHIR files for transmission to themselves or providers. A decryption module is created and securely delivered to the patient that only the intended recipient can unlock after successfully entering valid credentials. No need to reconstruct FHIR's unique data schemas so that the data can be accessed and understood. We have already completed these tasks and are ready to support your applications. Automated Healthcare Processing, AHP is a Spark 3, Java, Spring, Swagger, Hibernate, RESTful, microservices framework and architecture.